How is everybody? So I told my parents that I was coming here today, and I told them who I was speaking with, and they basically called me a liar to my face. So I have my director of marketing taking a picture for proof right now. So why am I here? I asked myself that this morning, yesterday boarding an airplane. That's been my life for about the last year and a half, actually. Why am I here? And I can't tell you how many of those moments I've had, keep having. Some of the phone calls we get, I'm like, I'm just a guy that went to college, still in college. I had an exam yesterday, actually. But it's because of Blackstone. And people constantly ask me, well, how did you become an entrepreneur? And I tell them. And then normally they follow that response with, well, man, I wish I could just invent something. And I cringe. I just cringe because entrepreneurship, it's not hard, right? If I had to describe the key success to entrepreneurship, it's one word: execution. There's so many things in our life every single day that affect us, and we get so mad, like, wow, let's change that. I wish somebody would change that. Why can't that somebody be you, right? And that's what Blackstone allows us to do. It gives us a platform for us to finally change something, a college student to be taken serious. So I cringe when I hear that because one of two reasons. One, it can be you. And two, people think entrepreneurship, you have to be the next Mark Zuckerberg. You have to create a new form of ground transportation that's cool, that disrupts everything, right? Or you have to be Steve Jobs and create an iPad. I make dip, okay? And it's one of my favorite things because I've learned over the last 2 years that I make dip, and I'm beating teams at these business plan competitions that are backed by NASA and giant health companies and Red Bull, and I can go on, and I'm the hummus guy, which, mind I tell you, people think that's the homeless guy, and it's hummus. I do have a home. But I want to touch really on what Blackstone's done for me. It's given me a platform. I was no different than the average college kid, right? I stumbled upon the idea when I had my wisdom teeth pulled out, and I was forced to watch Netflix for weeks and drink milkshakes, and my hips were begging me to find a new food group. So I switched to hummus. And I found in this journey that the hummus was good, but it was boring. It lacked creativity and flavors. So I went to the grocery store, bought my own stuff while I was bored at home, and while watching Netflix, I made all kinds of hummus. A little too much, 45 pounds worth. And my friends and family were like, oh my God, this is delicious. So from there, my journey started, right? I started kind of tinkering with it, and it wasn't to the point where a lady asked me to cater a baby shower that I was like, oh my God, there might be a market for this. So fall of 2013, this exact moment happened at the University of Central Florida. We had an opportunity for our Blackstone to open up. I had no idea what it was, but one of my professors came to me, and he knew about my idea from a previous business plan competition, and he looked me in the eye and he said, Jesse, if you don't follow through with this idea, the most heartbreaking day in my professional teaching career will be seeing somebody else take it. And I was like, wow. I was like, that's worse than the grade you just gave me, you know? So, that was like, whoa. Hey, so immediately he said that, and I was like, I'm in. I signed up for Blackstone. I was one of the first companies in our Blackstone LaunchPad. And you can ask anyone at UCF, I've exhausted every resource. I've gone to every coaching appointment I could possibly get my hands on. I've listened to every guest lecturer. I've gone to every networking event we held off campus. I've even borrowed some of our office supplies and returned them, okay, for the record. So, but it's done so much more. What happened as we grew, and you guys all have this opportunity, something bigger, a culture formed of fellow entrepreneurs. And we've helped each other through the entire process. We got hung up on graphic design. Well, guess what? There was a venture, and the girl was awesome at graphic design. She helped me. I helped her with some other stuff. We got tied up with some engineering things. Guys, I make dip, okay? I'm lucky I can use Google and Facebook. So I had my friend who had a different venture help me with some engineering challenges. And this giant community formed. And we had each other's back. And you know what happened? We started disrupting Orlando. And people started taking us serious. And we had our challenges and our hurdles. And we overcame them. And the next thing I know, we started venturing out. So we got, because of the little success we had in Orlando at farmers markets, 1 grocery store, 2 grocery stores, 10 grocery stores. January, I auditioned for a little TV show called Shark Tank. Okay, might have heard of it. And oh my God, we made it. So it's been a year journey. We get on Shark Tank and now things are exploding. So this literally food company, I'm a Polish Native American kid, chubby, who owns a natural food, health food, Middle Eastern company. It's a mess. But we put the fun in dysfunctional, right? I mean, that's what we do. So in a year and a half, we've gone from making hummus out of my apartment, right, to 1,100 grocery stores as of next week. We'll be in the South. Yep, thank you. We have projected revenue at $7.1 million for the next coming year. Yeah, this is a wild journey. We've traveled over across half the country. We're getting calls from Australia and Europe and Canada for our product. And Blackstone has taken us on the most wild journeys of our life because we asked. We used the resources given to us. And every student sitting here today, you have the exact same opportunity I had. I still use it. I tie my shoes. I am wearing slip-ons today, so don't judge me. But normally, I tie my shoes the same way you guys do. I sit in the same classes you guys do. We're no different. Blackstone gives you the opportunity right now for people to take you serious as a college student. And I want to leave you on one note. Every college student sitting in this room right now, you have nothing to lose. You don't have huge mortgages. You don't have a family of 6. You're starting out in the world. So you try a venture, right? And it fails. You're going to make it, I promise. And you know what? You're going to go on and maybe try another venture. And it may take off or fail. And that's okay. Or you might go into the business world or whatever career you choose. But I challenge everybody here, try. Try something. We all have ideas that we sleep on, and don't live life with a what if, right? You have absolutely nothing to lose. When I started my company, right, I risked it. I quit my job, right? But I was young, I was single. If it fell, guess what? I could get my job back, right? Start right back where I began. So take a chance, guys. Take a risk. Use your resources. Ask questions. It's absolutely incredible that I'm standing here, a couple years later from my own Blackstone that opened and be able to tell this story. And hopefully you guys will be inspired to chase your own dreams. The world's a playground. Play. Thank you so much for your time.